All right, imagine this. You're on a flight, cruising thousands of feet in the air. Everything feels normal, calm, smooth. And then suddenly, the pilot in the cockpit decides, I'm going to crash this plane. Yeah, not a movie script. Not fiction. A real story. The pilot's name? Joe. On paper, Joe looked perfect. Seasoned commercial airline pilot. Stable job. Good life. Respectable. But behind that uniform? Man, Joe was drowning quietly. See, years earlier, his best friend Scott died. Heart problem, just like that, gone. And Joe? He'd never lost someone that close before. It shattered him. And the truth is, he never really came back from it. That grief? It turned into depression. The depression? Into drinking. And every single year, on the anniversary of Scott's death, the wounds ripped open all over again. His wife begged him, please, Joe, get help. And eventually, he did. He saw a therapist. The therapist suggested medication. But here's the problem. Yeah, the big one. Commercial pilots on antidepressants, they risk losing their wings, their career, their whole identity. And Joe, he couldn't let that go. So he refused. No meds. Instead, he numbed himself with alcohol and buried his pain under work. Now, fast forward. Almost 6 years later, Joe travels to Washington State, a memorial gathering for Scott with old friends. They drink, they reminisce, and then somebody brings out medicinal mushrooms. Joe had never tried psychedelics before, but that night, he did, and the trip hit him hard. Days later, when it was time to head back, he hadn't slept in nearly 40 hours. Now, Joe wasn't flying that day. No, he was just hitching a ride, sitting in the cockpit's jump seat, that little fold-down chair for off-duty pilots. But once the plane was in the air, something inside him snapped. The mushrooms hadn't fully worn off. The exhaustion made it worse.